How did India end up with a nuclear weapon on a glacier? The Nanda Devi Plot. The Nanda Devi mystery has all the ingredients for a Dr. Strangelove-style film. Snow-capped high peaks where no one ever goes, a secret government mission, deadly nuclear devices, and a tragedy purportedly waiting to happen. The story begins in the 60s, just after China carried out its first nuclear tests near Lake Lop Nur in Xinjiang province in 1964. It came into the light again in 2018, when Sri Satpal Maharaj, Uttarakhand Tourism Minister, requested Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reopen the case. Moreover, a glacier burst in Raini, Uttarakhand, brings the issues into the spotlight. So, what connects a 50-year-old government mission to a 2021 disaster? In this video, we will try to unravel the long-kept secret. This story starts off as a war movie trailer. Captain Manmohan Singh Kohli claimed in his book, Spies in the Himalayas, that it all started at a cocktail party in Washington. Barry Bishop, a photographer from National Geographic, was at a high-profile cocktail party in Washington, D.C., where he was offered a drink by U.S. Air Force Chief of Staff Curtis LeMay, and the discussion was sparked. On the surface, Mr. Bishop and Mr. LeMay seemed to have little in common. But when Bishop mentioned a spot at the peak of the Himalayas with a 360-degree view of Chinese-controlled Tibet, LeMay was all ears. The plan was made to install a monitoring device at the peak of Nanda Devi, India's second-highest mountain peak, and Indian authorities were contacted. Due to tension between India and China, India agrees to join the mission. Considering the hardship of the mission and the requirement for unique skills, the intelligence agencies of India and the USA could not rely on their spies or paramilitary forces. Therefore, they had to find a small fraternity of elite mountaineers to place a delicate monitoring device at the head of the world. During the same time, Captain Kohli and his team had just completed the first successful scaling of the summit of Mount Everest. While they were celebrating their brand new glory, Mr. Kohli was approached by the authorities to lead the Indian team on a secret mission. So, in October 1965, an elite group of climbers from India and the USA began their journey. Their objective was to install the monitoring device at the peak of Nanda Devi, which stands at 25,643 feet. They were carrying a 6-foot-long antenna, 2 radio communication sets, a power pack, and the plutonium capsules on a platform weighing around 57 kg. According to Captain Kohli, it was not an easy job overcoming expansive stretches of downward-sloping rock slabs, followed by a narrow staircase of stones, naturally cut across a huge wall. If you are successful in traversing this feature, you can see the heavenly grandeur of the sacred Nanda Devi. They had to be more careful, as one must step and they will plummet thousands of feet into the gorge, reaching heaven via a more direct route. Considering the risk involved in the mission, Kohli kept his team's safety as his priority. When the team reached 24,000 feet and just 1,000 feet away from their destination, there was a powerful blizzard. At that point, Captain Kohli had to decide, wait and continue, or leave the equipment and return to base. He decided to leave the equipment in a small cave and return because the weather conditions were too dangerous to continue. When the climbers returned to the mountain next spring to look for the device and haul it back to the peak, they had vanished. Some theories suggest the device was lost to an avalanche. Captain Kohli says these plutonium capsules have a longevity of about 100 years and could be buried in the snow somewhere. Recently, there was a wave of panic after the glacier burst in Raini, Uttarakhand, an Indian state, which took 50 lives and destroyed 4 villages. The scientists believed the incident took place because a piece of the glacier fell into the water and triggered it. However, residents of Raini believe the lost device at Nanda Devi had a role to play in the tragedy. They questioned, how can a glacier simply break off in winter? As per Captain Kohli, a part of the generator was dislodged due to the melting of snow, fell, and exploded, which led to the floods. In 2018, the Tourism Minister of Uttarakhand Sri Satpal Maharaj met with the Prime Minister to express similar apprehensions that the atomic device could be polluting the Ganga. The incident remained a secret for over a decade following the 1965 expedition, until the story was picked up by the Washington Post in 1978. Until the plutonium deteriorates, which may take centuries, the device will remain a radioactive menace that could leak into the Himalayan snow and infiltrate the Indian river system through headwaters of the Ganges, the journal warned. After the story broke, Indian Prime Minister Morarji Desai was compelled to drop a bombshell in Parliament, admitting that India and the US had collaborated at the top level to plant the device at Nanda Devi. The sudden deaths of Lal Bahadur Shastri, former Prime Minister and Minister in charge of atomic energy, and Homi Bhabha, chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission, only added to the mystery surrounding the mission. A newspaper had reported that at the time of Bhabha's death, a Pakistani diplomat based in Paris was the first to arrive at the accident site and was responsible for extracting confidential information that he was carrying to America. It was speculated that the papers were related to a small nuclear power project in the Himalayas. In 2018, reports stated exploding that the Nanda Devi incident was being made into a Hollywood movie. The project is being pursued by American producer Scott Rosenfeld, who also produced movies including Teen Wolf and Home Alone. Meanwhile, despite several theories regarding all facets of the mission, the device's whereabouts remain unknown. All that's left is a series of legends, myths, and fears surrounding the unknown and what risk the nuclear device might pose in the future. Thank you for watching. Please like, follow, comment and share.